Welcome to the Kaizen booth here at SMTAi. Delighted to be joined by Tom Forsythe, Director of Marketing. Hi, Tom.
Hey there, Trevor. How are you today?
I am very good, very good. Now, last time we spoke, I think it was Apex, you introduced the Kaizen Analyst,
right.
Which was a system that basically works alongside your process control system to analyze BAF content.
The Kaizen Analyst, Kaizen has sold the process control system for over 20 years now, and that was really designed for inline systems, very dynamic systems where, over the course of an hour, if you're not monitoring and making adjustments, you're probably in the wrong place.
Right.
We never really had a system that was targeted more to the batch universe, where things are less dynamic, but over an extended period of time, of course, everything changes. So the Kaizen Analyst came out, and the idea was that was a monitoring system targeted mostly at the batch, although people have put them on inlines, of course. And it was really a monitor and report sort of thing. Capture the data, report outliers, send an email, send a text, that sort of stuff, with a nice graphical interface. And what we discovered was that we were onto something, that this was the delivery of that data was very attractive to our customers out in the marketplace. So we then turned back around to our Kaizen PCS that was introduced mid-95, 96, 7, something like that, which has been monitoring, as we were discussing, it's been sort of Industry 4.0 since the mid-90s, because what it's been doing is monitoring the wash tank, deciding what that chemical concentration is, 10, 15, 20%, whatever it might be, and adjusting it to be in the ideal location, because it's never a round number, right? It's 12 or 12.5 or whatever it may be. So it's been doing that quite locally, capturing that data. And we said, all right, well, let's bring this analyst data system that we developed here, and we're doing that, and we're branding that the Kaizen Analyst Data Services. This idea of we're going to deliver this rich data experience. So if we were to look over here, this is hooked up to a PCS system that's in our lab back in Nashville, and it's monitoring essentially anything that has power to it in and around the wash tank.
I mean, the range of metrics that you're measuring now is expanded considerably.
Absolutely, because now it's a case of, with the original PCS, it was localized. All it was really trying to do was watch the concentration like a hawk and make the adjustments without it. The idea was we never wanted it to vary very much, so little changes were corrected for immediately. That still stays the same, but we were just focused on that whole concentration thing. Now that we've got this rich data experience where we can easily deal with far more data sets, well, we've taken a step back and say, well, let's monitor everything. What's on, what's off, what's this and that, because when something, at some point everything fails somehow or other, we can figure that out, troubleshoot that, and monitor that very rapidly, and of course deliver those warnings and alerts via text or email or whatever the customer prefers. So
basically the data services that you're offering, you're going to be monitoring the customer's baths remotely, checking that data, and then
the system's really monitoring. This is really an Industry 4.0 sort of thing. And that what we do is we look at all these variables, and let's say, for example, it's something simple like the light tower. Well, if there's no power to the light tower, then it's not working. Okay, so we're monitoring whether there's power to the light tower. Okay, what color is the light tower? So the idea is we monitor everything that has power in our PCS system around the wash tank area of a cleaning machine to make sure that everything's working properly. Or in the case of some sort of failure, we can troubleshoot exactly what's gone wrong immediately, and that just shrinks the time to take that corrective action. Now, of course, the long-term picture of this is we're creating this big data set that has all this data saved in a server, in a secure cloud-based server. And so now if we want to retrieve, if you want to do some analysis on that data can all be downloaded. If you have some reason to go back 6 or 8 months because there's a customer inquiry, you can pull that data down and put that into whatever format is appropriate for that analysis and troubleshooting. So it's this idea of we're collecting all the data, we have an immediate use for it where we're using it to operate the system, and we have this long-term opportunity for data archiving just in case that data is needed down the road. A lot of our customers sell products that have very long-lived assets that are supposed to work no matter what, even if it's been 5 or 10 or 15 years, and people are disturbed if they don't, and there's inquiries and things. It's good to have that data handy. it's
what happens with that? Do you have some customers that might want to have this this data delivered directly to them dynamically as it happens?
Absolutely, and there's again the key for all of these systems starts with, okay, can you sense the data? First off, are you looking?
Yeah.
Secondly, now are you organizing that data in a database that allows it to then be further dealt with? Mm-hmm. Once you've accomplished 1 and 2, it's just a project. Okay, if you'd like it a little different than we're doing, okay, let's see if we can figure that out. Okay. And these are new things. We continue to advance and improve them forward. So we see there'll no doubt be a variety of ways that happens as time moves on.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of things. Yeah. So we look forward to embracing those and having those different services and techniques that people can use it to get their jobs done. Because that's what this is all about. How do we make our customers' process more successful, less prone to any kind of upsets, and more reliable? That's the goal, and as trouble-free as possible.
Yeah, and great traceability, of course.
Absolutely, and then should something go wrong, how do we trace it back? How do we think about it from just a maintenance perspective? Here it is, 2 o'clock, somebody notices the system shut down, an alarm's gone off, they go immediately, oh, but what's wrong? All we know is it's not on. Right. Well, if we look at the data, we can see exactly what's wrong. We don't have to do a lot of troubleshooting. We go in, we validate that's in fact what has gone wrong, bang, bang, bang. So now you've shortened that cycle. Mm-hmm. This is a classic Industry 4.0 thing. At yesterday's keynote, we saw the Microsoft folks giving this tremendous presentation about these the virtual reality stuff. A big part of that was maintenance guys in the field supporting customers being able to have all the data available and to be able to function more in a shorter period of time more effectively.
Right.
I was kind of shocked. It's like, God, we're kind of doing the same thing. Holy cow.
That's right. It's incredible. I mean, they're starting to do that already. Some of the European companies are starting to use like Google Glasses to do maintenance in the field.
And that's what we've heard from Microsoft yesterday. Their version of that sort of stuff.
Right. So anyway, great product. A lot of new data coming out of it. Very impressive. I believe this side of it, the Kaizen Analyst, has grown substantially since you launched it.
It is. It's been very popular, surprisingly so. I mean, the PCS systems have been in market forever. You sell lots of them, and this is expanding that, both that and with the Kaizen Analyst just monitoring system. It's far exceeding our expectations. We're really quite pleased.
Well, congratulations, Tom, and we hope to hear more from you going forward. But thank you for joining us today.
Thanks much.
Thank you.